Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. This is an 18 by 24 inch canvas. I've been doing a series of paintings that I'm going to say that are Matisse inspired, like his cutouts. Anyway, so I really enjoy starting with the Dazzling White Pearl from Art Deco. And I've learned that I can put a lot more on than I thought I could. I had to go back and do a second dose recently. And this helps create, when I spread it out, a resist as well as covering the base layer of the canvas. I just will go whole hog. And I've decided this time, since I'm looking at it, that I'm going to add some Deco-Art 24 karat gold. Maybe not a lot, because I've already got plenty of paint on there, it seems like. And then I'm going to proceed, in theory, to some saffron, some yellow orange, and a little orange crush, depending on how this goes. And I need to get that bottle out of the way. Hopefully it'll stay out of the way. I just love the random shapes that I get using the spatula. This is an OXO omelet turning flip and fold spatula. I probably already posted a picture of it. But it really is the best paint spreading tool I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of all of them. But the thinner I make this layer, the faster it'll dry, the sooner I can come back and add more colors if I want to do that. Of course, having said that, my recent exploits have yielded a result that adding black sooner than later is not a bad thing either. But I'm going to add the yellows and oranges before then. And I just love this method. Let's make sure there's no lines in there right now. You could leave lines and they would dry and they would be fine. They don't crack. So, I've got a little orange crush. I'm going to try and be a little gentle. So, this is going on the Dazzling White. This is not. This is not. This is on it. Or on it. Not. Not. And on it. I'm just going to go to town and do a combination now of everything. So this is the saffron. And those are on plain canvas. This is not. This is not. And then I thought about using my Tuscan Sun, but I've got the yellow orange and I think I'm going to like that better. I guess we'll find out. So I am alternating pre-primed matte canvas and the dazzling white areas. And I could probably still go back in and add yellow if I wanted to. And I want to go ahead and use my residuals on the spatula. And the other thing about having paint on the canvas is I can also dig up or remove or share or whatever you want to call steal paint. And after I get this basic start, then I'll decide what I want, if anything, more of the same. And I'm thinking that I like the yellow almost wishing I'd used a lighter yellow. But it's not going to matter because I'm still going to use the black. I still want it to be as thin as possible so it will dry quickly. And I don't mind spreading things right out. But I'm looking forward to the black. I could put more gold in. I could put more of anything in. I'm thinking it's going to be a little more of the yellow orange because I really like the way that looks. The gold didn't show up too much, so I'm open to a little more of that as well. Why don't I do that now? Right over some of these places. Oh, I got something in my paint. Not sure, I don't think I'm over the yellow yet. I'm afraid if I don't let it dry that the yellow, when mixed with the black, will make a greenish color, which can happen. I like that. I guess I'm going to have a heavier coat. I want to keep the cap out though. Bad placement. Almost there. I suppose I could come back in maybe, 20 minutes and it'd probably be mostly dry. And I could also add black gold afterwards if I wanted to, on top of the black. That might be okay. So if I'm going to let this dry, which I keep talking about, I guess I'm going to leave it now. It is very dry. I want to add a little bit more saffron in a couple of places. I'm still thinking about mark making. I'm definitely thinking about black. I pulled out some frozen amethyst also just in case. Definitely looking forward to the black. I need larger areas of color. Just going for the parts of the painting that don't have any of the dazzling white on them. It might be too much paint. might already have gone past my comfort zone, but I like what I've got, which is too bad because my plan to save it is not, my plan is not to save it. I pulled out the frozen amethyst. I think I said that already. I'm not sure it's going to get used, but it's not too late if I want to. I think a little more. Right in there. What I really still want is more saffron. And I'm so tempted to use a little more Dazzling white. But I'm really not done playing with the black yet. Or much of anything, yes, I guess. Not expecting anything to make any sense. I do like the skinny little line, which means I might want to do more of that. But I'm not sure I'm done yet anyway. Some in there. Some in here. I do like black and simple color schemes. I mean, it's pretty hard to tell considering how colorful most of my art is. Really was going to use the toothy tools, but I'm not sure that it's appropriate right now. And I'm almost happy with what I have. I'm going to try a little bit of the Dazzling white. Because I know it dries nicely. That was not the plan. Not sure about those. I like these. I'm probably going to do something with them. Where'd that come from anyway? I like the way that looks. So I could do that again. Might need one more, maybe not, or maybe so. One more line. Not completely 100% over the frozen either. Not sure I'm doing myself any favors yet. But it's not done till it's done anyway. Got one of my little Wilton cake decorating tools. Which I do happen to love. Oh, that was good. I like it when we scrape up the black and show some color underneath. That's pretty cool. Getting funky now. I'm getting the feeling like I might still be willing to do the frozen, but right now I'm thinking a little bit more saffron. For the fun of it. But it's still making me want the purple. I suppose I could just wade in slowly by grabbing something to pour out of, something to dot out of. Let's give it a try. Oh, my perfect indigo spilled. Let's try some of that. Before we move along. Tis the season for Halloween colors. Little odd shape. My Q-tip has a hardened paintball finish on it. Almost done. Let's put that down. Add a few more dots with the copious amounts of dazzling white. Still feel like adding more saffron, but not right now. And that was fun. This is dry, and it's the next day, and I love the way that the dazzling white dries in streaks. But I do like the perfectly, is it perfect? It's perfect indigo. And I messed around with this one little spot down here. And I was going to add more black, but I think I like the perfect indigo better. I don't want to take away all the white, and I do want to use some, what did I do with my spatula? I do want to use some red violet. I think this is the right call. But we'll see. I do like those drag marks, so I'm not going to complain if I don't get a smooth mark. Yeah, that's the dramatic, that's the drama I was after. We'll see about the red violet. I still think that's going to come. I like my white streaks without purple. Alright, let's try some red violet. I might even throw a little more saffron in there. And I definitely feel like I could dot with the red violet. For right now, we're just going to put enough in so that Hey, and if I forget, I guess I'll have dots, right? I like the way it mixes with the orange. Mostly. I could dribble some of that. I kind of like that mark up there. That's not a bad thought. Might be very close to being done. I do like working over the dry painting and being able to add some things without them changing a lot. I think I want a little bit more. Hopefully you can see some of that. So it just comes down to whether I want some more saffron or not. And I think I do. Not sure how far I want to go with it though. I thought I was going to put a whole bunch more dots in, but I don't think I'm going to. If I were to do that, I'm contemplating, or I would be thinking about gold or yellow gold, or maybe even the yellow orange I already used. I like the little marks. Do I want more tendrils? I have a paint chip coming off my bottle. Where else? Let's just throw a few dots around since it seems easy to do right now. Yeah, I think I could go on and play with this a lot longer, but I don't really think I need to. But since I've turned it, I see something I want to do. First of all, I need to get the rest of this color off my spatula, that's the perfect place for that. That has decided to not come out. Maybe that's a clue. No, it's really not coming out anymore. So I guess if I want some, I'm going to have to pour some right on there. And take care of that after I finish. Yep, not unhappy with that. Okay, that's exciting. That's a Halloween party for sure. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.